To this day, I still don't understand how Meghan thought it would be a great idea to go into somebody's home. I know because what people are saying, no, the house was burnt down. That was their space, their home, but without walls, because of course it has been burnt to the ground. So it doesn't make it less of a private property. The walls are not there, but still private. But she thought, and what baffles me the most is that Harry's still going on and along with this kind of insane behavior, acting like royalty, acting like they're government employees, acting like they're even more important than the mayor of Pasadena, who actually was accompanying them and was walking behind them. I don't know whose idea, but the consequences of that ill-thought PR stunt move has come to finally bite them in the butt. And because the homeowners of those residences were never informed nor asked permission or even allowed themselves to go and see their home to see if they could actually recover something from the ashes of their burnt homes. And this where things have finally exploded for Harry and Meghan, because now they're ready to take action and a lot of people are willing to back them up. So let's get into this, beautiful people.
The editor of a celebrity magazine, was the editor of Star, and people would always ask me when I worked there, like, okay, like what stories are real? And I'd be like, okay, every story is real except for the ones about the royal family. And this was prior to Meghan Markle coming on. I'm like, the palace is just a tight ship. Like, people don't blab, so our stuff is like maybe from a source. But once Meghan came on the scene, leaky ship. People were singing like a bird. Why? Because they were Meghan's spies. She was purposely putting that out there. She hired several PR firms to make sure the places like the Daily Mail, Page Six, our magazines were writing about her on a consistent basis. So when Meghan stands there and is like, I'm the victim, everybody's writing about me. It's like, well, girl, you're paying someone to make sure it happens. What are you talking about?
If you're new to the channel, I would like to say thank you for coming here, for subscribing, for liking and sharing. My name is Paula M. If you have been following me for a while, welcome back. And thank you for always following me. I want to thank you for the super chats, the PayPal donations, and for those who are members of the channel, I also want to thank you. But most of all, I thank you for watching. We may not agree on some things, but we're all in agreement that certain things are wrong. One of them being the fact that, okay, Harry and Meghan are stupid. We get that. But the mayor of Pasadena, Victor Gordo, he's Latino. Gordo means fat in Spanish. But Victor Gordo thought that it was a great idea to remove himself from where he was needed and go around with these two idiots and taking a lot of his staff that was very much needed on site where the victims are, to go traipse around on the remains and ashes of burnt down private homes with the entitlement that's beyond the charts. That is incredible. That is ghoulish behavior. And that is not a look that's good for the mayor of Pasadena to be doing that. To be traipsing around with absolute two nobodies and still giving interviews as to how wonderful these people are, knowing full well that they were there for a photo op. Did he do it thinking that it was a great idea for him? It would look good that he's with royalty? Harry and Meghan are not royals. Prince Harry, they're former royals. He may hold that title, but he's no longer royal, And Meghan is using her husband's title. She's not a royal by birth. Okay? But she wants to use it. And we see this and hear this woman in Fox 11 saying that, you know, Harry and Meghan, the royals, are hanging around with the commoners. Now, many of you, because I was the one who first said that they were there for 17 minutes, and some people have questioned that. All you have to do is look at the length of the video of the Fox 11 News interview. You will see that it's about 9:59, so it's less than 10 minutes. And they clearly say at the beginning that because the crew was already there, they were already there because they were covering Gavin Newsom's wife, who was there for less than 3 minutes, and they had a picture taken. And you see Meghan Markle standing right next to her. She didn't even want to interact with Meghan Markle. If you look at that video, there was zero interaction. Zero interaction. She just came, did her thing, put her gloves on. You know, at least she pulled her hair back a little bit, even though it wasn't in a ponytail, but at least she was wearing gloves and the hair was not falling all over the place. And then she left. She was there for less than 4 minutes. And Meghan timed the visit to get there around that time because they had been told that she was there. So they get there, and even the news person is saying that they were alerted to being there, that Harry and Meghan were also there. And they did the whole thing live. So during the live, you can see the Meghan hugging, Meghan walking away, and then, of course, leaving. You see them leaving, and all of this happens under 10 minutes. So that's how we know how long they were there. And it was an entire photo op. And then the mayor, the woman that she hugs, I have been told it is one of Mayor's staff. Apparently she's an assistant coordinator for events. I have her name, but I haven't been able to get her picture. When I get her picture and get it confirmed, I will put it out there, because the news were misrepresenting this ghoulish behavior as Meghan hugging a victim. The woman who she hugged is not a victim. Okay? So the mayor thought to leave without notifying the people. And by the way, we've been saying this for days. And just now the press is catching up that what they did is illegal. It's been all over Twitter for about since they literally went there. It's been on X, sorry. We've all been talking about it, but just now the main press is catching on. Good for you. You know, they get the news from us. But what is really interesting is that as soon as the addresses, because you see, nobody had posted. They didn't know which homes they went. They went to this home. And the people who live in that home did not know about it. They haven't been able to go there themselves. They were not notified that people were going to their homes. Not firefighters to see if their house was still burning to put out the fire. Nothing. The owners of that home had not been able to see their burnt down home to see if they could recover anything from their ashes. But Mayor Gordo thought, oh, this is a great idea. I'm going to do it. And the people who are the actual victims are nobodies to them, because they don't need to be notified. Screw them. You know, this is going to look good for me, Mayor Gordo. And for Meghan, we're going to get good press. Screw the victims who have not been able to see the remains of their homes to see if they can recover anything at all of value or be there or see it. So now these victims have launched an official complaint. And they want answers. What I am really wondering is if they're going to get any. If Meghan and Harry are going to give them some money to shut them up and not come out and make it public. But they have launched an official complaint against the mayor for allowing it, because you see, at the end of the day, Mayor Gordo is the one responsible. He was there going around as an official representative of the United States of American government of the county of Pasadena. And he himself is not above the law. And he shouldn't have been there. And yet he did. So now the owners of that home, as soon as the address was made public, they were livid, they were furious, and they want answers. And you know what? I hope they get to sue them and they get millions. I hope they really do, because what Harry and Meghan did, can you imagine if their Montecito mansion burnt down? And do you think for 1 second that Rachel Meghan Markle scandal would allow anybody to jump over? Because when we see them jumping like that, when they're getting on, they're jumping over the wall to get into whatever is left of that house. Do you think that for 1 second they would allow anybody to come and do what they did to their home, to tour their homes, the remains, the ashes, and notify? And some people are saying that Harry and Meghan did not have, it was just by chance that the press was there. No, they brought people with them. They had a cameraman and 2 photographers with them. This is why we have the images. TMZ was actually not following them, but they were notified and the pictures were sent to them. They had a cameraman. People are saying, no, they had. Meghan and Harry don't go anywhere without that being recorded with a cameraman. And that is just as bad as when they were delivering the food for COVID. They went to one home and they made sure that the security camera looking outside filmed them, and they made that public. That was them delivering food to the COVID people. Or how about Uvalde? How about Uvalde? At least Harry had the good sense of not going there. But him doing this, there are no words. There are no words. This is just like when they went to the veterans and they were walking all over the graves. That was just absolutely repulsive, because people who were stopped from going in there to see their loved ones because Harry and Meghan needed a photo op. So I am glad that they finally, these people, how would you feel? Wouldn't you be angry that people who are nobodies are allowed to go to your home when you're not the homeowner? You have lost everything. The owners of that house lost everything. And Harry and Meghan are traipsing around their remains of their ashes of their whole lives. But they're not. How would you feel? I think it's insane. And I think that Mayor Gordo has a lot. Mayor Fat, I'm going to call him that because that's what his name is translated to. Mayor Fat, you have a lot to answer for to allow this ghoulish behavior. You should be upholding the law, not breaking it. Yet you take these 2 disaster tourists for what? For a photo op? I am sure you're now regretting this dearly. Shame on you. Shame on you.